Oh, I'm cool too. Tell her I ain't him.
Imagine being catapulted to fame as the beloved Michael Evans on Good Times, only to step out of the spotlight and live a life full of surprises, growth, and mystery. For Ralph Carter, this is his reality, 50 years after his rise to stardom. He's earned fame, fortune, and experienced a journey that many can only dream of. But where is he now? Is he living in a grand mansion or quietly living life away from the public eye? And what about those rumors? What's true about the speculations around his sexuality? Get ready to go beyond the scenes and explore the real Ralph Carter, the man behind Michael Evans. We'll take you on a journey into his past, unravel the truth behind his iconic role, and discover how much of that character was really him. Was it just acting, or did we see pieces of his true self? Let's find out. Ralph Carter may have seemed like a natural-born talent on screen, but his success was the product of years of hard work and training. Starting his career on Broadway at just 9 years old, Ralph was no stranger to the spotlight long before he became a household name. His big break came in 1973, when he landed the role of Travis Younger in the musical Raisin, which instantly marked him as a rising star. His performance earned him the prestigious Drama Desk Award for Most Promising Performer, foreshadowing the success that was to follow. By the time he was 12, Ralph had already received a Theatre World Award and a Tony nomination for Best Featured Actor in a Musical, accomplishments that many experienced actors only dream of. He was praised not only for his acting, but for the emotional maturity he brought to roles far beyond his years. Ralph's talents extended beyond acting. As a preteen, he recorded songs like Young and in Love, displaying a voice that was both angelic and distinctive. His brief music career saw singles climbing the Billboard charts, with tracks reaching the top 10 and 12 spots. He even performed on Soul Train, where his charm and vocal skills captivated live audiences. Yet, it wasn't his music that cemented his place in entertainment history. However, what people remember most is his portrayal of Michael Evans, the baby-faced, strong-willed revolutionary on Good Times. Michael wasn't just a comedic character. He represented the growing political consciousness of Black America in the 1970s. With his sharp wit and serious views on racial injustice, Michael became a cultural icon. Ralph's portrayal was so authentic and layered that it's hard to imagine anyone else in the role. After his breakout success in Raisin and the accolades that followed, Ralph caught the eye of Norman Lear, the legendary producer behind some of the 1970s most iconic television shows, including Sanford and Son and Maude. Interestingly, Good Times, the iconic TV series Ralph would eventually star in, was actually a spin-off of Maude. The show centered on Florida Evans, Maude's housekeeper, and was created to explore the real-life struggles Black families faced and how they navigated them. When Norman Lear saw the opportunity, he wasted no time in casting Ralph as Michael Evans, the youngest member of the Evans family. At first, Ralph had a tough time finding his place within the ensemble. The lingering shadow of his father's past seemed to hold him back, making it difficult for him to connect with the rest of the cast. But John Amos, who played James Evans, took Ralph under his wing and helped him settle in. Soon enough, Ralph found his rhythm and began to fit seamlessly into his role as the youngest son. Recognizing Ralph's immense talent, Lear made a bold move. He bought out Ralph's Broadway contract and brought him into Good Times, where he would join what became a dream team cast. Ralph's portrayal of Michael Evans was nothing short of brilliant. As the cheeky, outspoken young boy, he delivered his lines with a perfect balance of humor and sincerity that captivated audiences. Michael's radical views on racial inequality and the divide between Black and white communities often led to tense moments, especially with James Evans Sr. Yet Ralph's portrayal of Michael was consistently engaging, skillfully balancing moments of family care with a strong call for social justice. Watching Good Times felt like stepping into the life of a real black family, dealing with struggles while finding joy in their unity. Ralph's performance stood out, vividly capturing the nuances of his character. With a touch of humor and sincerity, Michael Evans became a beloved figure on television. As Ralph jokingly put it, "Hey, do I have to sleep in the middle? I'm liable to get stabbed to death with JJ's bony elbow," showing the wit and warmth that made his role so memorable. Ralph's personal views on black discrimination closely mirrored those of his character, Michael Evans, often referred to as the militant on the show. Michael was known for his outspoken, sometimes radical views on racial issues, which resonated with the social and political movements of the time. As he put it candidly, "They don't know it, but that IQ exam was nothing but a white racist test. Yeah, but this one was given by the white people, made up by white people, and even graded by white people." At a time when positive portrayals of young black men were rare in mainstream media, Ralph's performance as Michael was a refreshing change. He became a role model for preteen black boys across the country, showing them that they too could be vocal, passionate, and determined. In a later interview with Our Time Press, Ralph reflected on the cultural impact of black representation on television during that era. "I remember that the world stopped when black people knew other black people were going to be on television," he said. "In the 1950s and 60s, when we knew the Jackson 5 was going to be on the Ed Sullivan Show, everything stopped. It was a phenomenon." Acting wasn't Ralph's only passion. In 1976, he ventured into music, teaming up with Mercury Records to release his debut and only album. Featuring tracks like Extra Extra and When You're Young and in Love, the album gained attention and popularity. Despite this success, Ralph's music career was short-lived, and he soon refocused on acting. As Good Times came to a close after its successful 5-year run, Ralph found it difficult to step away from his iconic role. The show had become such a defining part of his life, and the end of the Evans family's story felt like the end of an era for him. Michael Evans, with his strong revolutionary spirit, often left his parents, James and Florida, speechless. Yet, there was no denying the impact of his character's passion for justice, which resonated deeply with the social climate of the time and reflected the broader need for such voices in the United States. Following his groundbreaking role on Good Times, Ralph, like many child stars of the 1970s, faced a tough road in transitioning to new acting opportunities. His performance as Michael Evans had been the highlight of his career, and though he had the talent and recognition, he struggled to find roles that matched the prominence of his previous work. Ralph Carter wasn't alone in facing the challenges of transitioning from the spotlight. His Good Times co-stars, John Amos, James Evans, and Esther Roll, Florida Evans, also struggled after leaving the show due to disagreements over the portrayal of black characters by white screenwriters. Their departure, fueled by their political stance on race, made Hollywood producers hesitant, and soon, roles became harder to come by. In the 1980s, after his acting career slowed down, Ralph Carter shifted to performing at nightclubs like Sweetwater's, trying to make a living and stay connected to the entertainment industry. However, he found it difficult to regain the level of fame and recognition he had enjoyed during his time on Good Times. The nightclub circuit, while offering a stage to perform, was far less stable and predictable than the high-profile roles he had once held. As a result, Ralph's career trajectory began to falter. While he still had a loyal following, the fast-paced, ever-changing nature of the entertainment industry made it harder for him to secure steady work. His nightclub performances were enjoyable, but they did little to return him to the spotlight. During this period, rumors about Ralph began to circulate, fueled by speculation and the public's fascination with former stars who had faded from the limelight. However, due to the lack of concrete information or substantial evidence to support these rumors, they eventually faded into the background. But Ralph's challenges were not just professional. The financial instability of nightclub work, combined with the pressures of supporting a family, led to mounting difficulties. Ralph was married with 2 young children, and the uncertainty of his career made it increasingly hard to provide a stable future for them. Ralph had to navigate the strain of maintaining his family life while facing the harsh realities of financial pressures. Financial strain added a whole new set of challenges to his life. Looking back, Ralph shared in an interview how he'd once dealt with hateful anonymous letters during his childhood acting days. These early attacks hurt him as a preteen, but over time, he built the resilience to brush off the negativity. His ability to withstand these mental and emotional battles is all the more remarkable, considering how many celebrities today struggle with similar issues. Ralph's story didn't end with those struggles. In 2000, he made a comeback with a feature on True Hollywood Story, where he looked back on his role in Good Times and shared some behind-the-scenes memories. It was clear that his passion for the show and its impact on his life still ran deep. Then, in 2006, Ralph reunited with his Good Times castmates at the BET Awards, bringing back fond memories of the beloved series. Around the same time, he also returned to the stage in a new theater production, Didn't Supposed to Die a Natural Death, with the Harlem Company, further cementing his place in the arts. Despite the ups and downs of his career, Ralph's personal life has remained steady. He lives in a modest apartment in New York, surrounded by a supportive community of neighbors who respect his privacy. Although he's no longer chasing the spotlight, Ralph has managed to maintain financial stability through his past work in acting and music, along with smart investments. Today, his estimated net worth is around $1 million, which reflects his past success in both the entertainment and music industries. His apartment, located in a sought-after neighborhood, is valued at over $1 million, with annual rent estimated between $50,000 and $60,000. Even with the high cost of living in New York, Ralph has kept his lifestyle grounded, focusing on his family, his advocacy work, and the things that truly matter to him, rather than chasing after the trappings of fame. To understand why Ralph Carter is so responsible, it's important to reflect on his journey of love and fatherhood, which has shaped his life and values. Ralph's journey in love began when he met Lisa Parks at a Christmas party in 1982. Lisa, the sister of Ralph's close friend Larry Parks, quickly became an integral part of his life. Their relationship grew steadily, and by February 1987, just months after their engagement, they were married. In 1988, the couple welcomed their first son, Michael Carter, followed by their second son, James Carter, in 1989. Both names were a heartfelt tribute to Ralph's iconic role as Michael Evans on Good Times, demonstrating the lasting impact the show had on his personal life. It was clear that Ralph's time on the show had deeply influenced not just his career, but his family as well. However, after 5 years of marriage, Ralph and Lisa parted ways. The separation was a difficult chapter in Ralph's life, but in 1994 he found love again when he married River York, a divorcee. Together they had 3 children: Phoenix Carter, born in 1995, Jessica Carter, born in 1997, and Viva Carter, born in 1999. Despite the changes in his personal life, Ralph remained committed to his family, prioritizing his children's well-being while continuing to pursue his career in the arts. Ralph's dedication to his family has been evident not only in his personal life, but also in the lives of his children, many of whom have followed in his artistic footsteps. His eldest son, Michael Carter, has kept a low profile in the public eye, preferring a more private life, but has occasionally been involved in the arts, influenced by his father's legacy. James Carter, the second son, has also pursued a career in the entertainment industry, with a focus on theater and music, much like his father's early career. Though not as publicly known as some of Ralph's peers, both Michael and James have found their own paths in the creative world, drawing from the foundation of values their father instilled in them. Ralph's younger children, Phoenix, Jessica, and Viva, have similarly shown interest in the arts. Phoenix, the oldest of the three, has followed a different path, delving into visual arts and design, while Jessica and Viva have begun exploring performance and creative writing, showing early promise in the arts. While they each carve out their own careers, it's clear that the Carter family's creative influence continues to thrive, thanks to Ralph's legacy of hard work, passion for the arts, and commitment to family. Ralph's unwavering focus on providing his children with the tools to succeed while balancing a challenging career and personal life serves as a testament to his strength and resilience. However, despite his dedication to his family and career, Ralph's journey was not without its challenges, particularly when it came to public scrutiny. At the height of his career, Ralph became entangled in rumors, many of which were sparked by the roles he played on screen. There have been rumors about Ralph's sexuality. Though he has never publicly addressed them, the speculation has persisted, partly due to his early years in the theater. Broadway, with its rich history of LGBTQ+ representation, often leads to assumptions about the sexuality of its performers. But these assumptions miss the mark. Ralph's sexuality, like anyone's, is his personal business, and the idea that all theater professionals are gay is a dated stereotype. In reality, Ralph's talent and dedication to his craft have always been what set him apart. On Broadway, he made his mark in the 1970s musical Raisin, based on the play A Raisin in the Sun. His performance earned critical acclaim and set the stage for his future success. He later appeared in Ain't Misbehavin', a Tony-winning musical revue that highlighted his versatility and stage presence. Despite early speculation about his personal life, his voice, wardrobe, and character choices on Good Times, sometimes misinterpreted as effeminate, Ralph has always focused on his craft and the impact he wanted to have as an artist. It's important to understand that, like many young actors, he had no control over how his character was portrayed or the costumes he wore. These decisions were made by the show's creative team, particularly in the 1970s, when television programs were undergoing major shifts in both image and content. Details such as costume choices, hairstyles, or character portrayals could easily be misinterpreted and associated with social trends and cultural assumptions of the time. The media, rather than providing accurate information, quickly amplified rumors and imposed their own stereotypes. During this era, as shows like Good Times began to reshape the image of black characters, many reporters and viewers failed to realize that the costume and character decisions made were not an accurate reflection of the actor's true personality or sexual orientation. Unfortunately, sensationalized gossip took over, and people began to unfairly judge Ralph based on unfounded assumptions, while he was simply doing his job as an actor portraying a character. Beyond the challenges of his career, Ralph Carter has consistently demonstrated a deep respect for marginalized communities, particularly the black community. After stepping away from the spotlight, he became involved in various initiatives aimed at uplifting black artists, especially within the arts. Growing up in the diverse world of Broadway, Ralph developed a strong commitment to equality and social justice. Broadway, where people from various backgrounds, cultures, and religions intersect, became the foundation for his advocacy for diversity and representation. Ralph's dedication to these values went far beyond his acting career. After moving away from the screen, he took on an instrumental role in supporting black artists. As the vice president of the Odelco Awards, Ralph worked to promote and recognize the contributions of black talent in theater. While the Odelco Awards may not have the same widespread recognition as the Oscars or Golden Globes, its mission is just as crucial. It honors the work of black artists who are often overlooked by mainstream institutions, celebrating not only outstanding performances, but also significant contributions to the black theater community. The Odelco Awards have become a vital platform for black artists, offering recognition without the overshadowing influence of larger, more established organizations. Unlike the Oscars and Golden Globes, which have faced criticism for their lack of diversity, the Odelco Awards remain committed to amplifying black voices and ensuring their work is celebrated for its artistic value. Now in his 60s, Ralph is far from slowing down. While his acting career may be behind him, his passion for theater and performance is as strong as ever. His focus has shifted to creating opportunities for Black artists in the performing arts. As Vice President of the Audience Development Committee, ADC, Ralph continues to be a champion for African American voices in the arts. The ADC's mission to celebrate and uplift Black talent aligns perfectly with Ralph's lifelong commitment to promoting underrepresented artists. Through his work at the ADC, Ralph is helping to ensure that Black artists are given opportunities to succeed in an industry where they often face barriers to recognition. Ralph remains deeply connected to the arts community and regularly participates in industry events. He frequently attends Broadway performances and supports initiatives that offer more opportunities for Black artists to showcase their talents. Reflecting on his career, Ralph says, "I was fortunate to be part of the rise of African American theater in the 1970s and the wave of consciousness that brought Black artists to the forefront of television. He is deeply grateful for the mentors and friends who guided him throughout his career." Ralph's efforts in the arts go far beyond his own career, focusing on creating opportunities for the next generation of Black artists. Through his work with the ADC, he has dedicated himself to uplifting and promoting African American talent, ensuring that their voices are heard and celebrated. This commitment reflects his deep passion for shaping the future of theater, rather than simply reflecting on his past achievements. While Ralph Carter's acting career may not have achieved the same level of fame as some of his peers, he has found lasting success in other areas. His current financial stability is a testament to his adaptability and foresight. In addition to his impactful work with the ADC, Ralph's income comes from a combination of royalties from his brief but impactful music career and investments in real estate. Despite the short span of his music career, songs like "When You're Young and in Love" have secured Ralph's place in pop culture, and the royalties from these tracks continue to support his life today. Although Ralph made a lasting impression on audiences with his role as Michael Evans on Good Times, his career didn't develop in the same way as some of his contemporaries. One reason for this might be that Ralph didn't pursue acting with the same intensity as others, like Janet Jackson or Jimmy Walker. While Janet built a multifaceted career in acting, music, and business, Ralph chose a more low-key path, focusing less on stardom and more on behind-the-scenes contributions to the arts. Additionally, Ralph may not have been given as many diverse roles or high-profile opportunities throughout his career. While he did appear in several films and TV shows after Good Times, none of those roles brought him the same level of success. This led many to compare him with his more famous co-stars, particularly Jimmy Walker, who played J.J. Evans and often stole the spotlight throughout the series. However, unlike many other Hollywood stars, Ralph Carter didn't let the absence of the spotlight affect his career or personal life. He shifted his focus and started contributing to the arts in a very different way. Rather than continuing with a film career, Ralph became actively involved in the development of the arts, particularly in the Black theater community. He serves as the vice president of the Odelco Awards, an organization that honors Black talent in the theater world, giving recognition to artists who might otherwise be overlooked by larger institutions like the Oscars or Golden Globes. In addition to his work with the Odelco Awards, Ralph has been involved in several other projects aimed at increasing the visibility of Black artists in the arts industry. He has also been a strong advocate for young, emerging artists, helping to create opportunities for them to thrive. This is part of his lifelong commitment to the growth and development of African American culture and the arts. Now in his 60s, Ralph continues to make valuable contributions to the arts and culture, evident in his involvement in social causes and cultural initiatives. While no longer frequently seen on screen, he remains a familiar face at various industry events and cultural gatherings. Thanks to his passion, respect for the community, and love for the arts, Ralph Carter continues to be a role model for those who admire him and his career. In 2024, during a special reunion to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Good Times, Ralph had the chance to reconnect with his former co-stars, Jimmy Walker and Bernadette Stanis. This event was a meaningful occasion, not only for him but also for longtime fans of the show. It was an opportunity to look back at a historic TV series and reaffirm the friendship and bonds they shared, even though each of them had followed their own separate paths over the years. Throughout his career, Ralph Carter has not only contributed to the arts, but also fought for the rights of the Black community within creative industries. This is why he remains remembered as a trailblazer, both for his roles on screen and for the work he continues to do behind the scenes in real life. Ralph Carter's evolution from the beloved character Michael Evans on Good Times to his current role as a cultural advocate and behind-the-scenes contributor is a testament to his growth and dedication to the arts. While many child actors from his era may have struggled to transition into adult roles or found their careers stalling, Ralph carved out a new path that aligned with his passions. Rather than chasing fame or spotlight roles, he embraced his love for African American culture and art, focusing on nurturing the next generation of Black talent in the theater world. What do you think about Ralph's journey from a famous TV star to a behind-the-scenes force in the arts? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on your favorite stars from Black Hollywood. Click on the next video to stay up to date with the latest in entertainment. Thank you for watching, and see you again.